Okay, I'm here with a battle with Antar from YouTube. If you don't know who he is, yeah,
Hi
you
there.
should be ashamed if you don't know who he is. And hang on. So with, and he's using his Jane pass.
Yeah, this is a brand new team that I came up with just for the purposes of battling you guys. Actually, I've always been impressed by the creativity of your battles and your teams, and I figured, enough spamming OUs. It would be fun to make a completely new team as creative as I could. So that's kind of what I set out to do. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to argue with you there about how biased the PBR battle was, but we can get to that when we come to it. So basically, this is actually the second battle that we had together on this day using my team. The first battle, I kind of slaughtered him. You were using your endangered pass, which didn't really hold up that well, and I exploded on you a couple times. So you kind of knew that I exploded, and so I think that's kind of the sense I got when I saw that you chose a team with a bunch of ghosts.
Yeah, that was rather unfortunate. That team was just Pokemon out of a hat, really. It was kind of random, and I didn't really make the best use of them. I might remake it in the future for 5th gen, but I don't know yet.
Right.
So we're out in the battle, and I start off with the Spinder and the Sableye, because I always start off with those. And actually, I'm quite confused about these nicknames. You've got Angler, which is Lantern.
Right, and then Aramaki is the name of a character in the Ghost in the Shell anime series, and just kind of looks like that with the weird hair. Anyway, I don't know why I wasn't predicting Trick Room on your team, and that kind of caught me with my pants down. I had no idea how my team would fare against a Trick Room team, because a lot of my guys are trained for speed.
I know, not many people expect Trick Room from Spinder, so that's why I put Spinder on there. Plus it has its own tempo, and I can bat and pass out from the flatter.
Yeah, that was an amazing move there. I never even thought of that. Baton pass on a Spinda. You caught me completely by surprise there.
Yeah, people normally expect bat and pass from something like Drift Blim or obviously Ninjask.
Right, yeah.
That Spinder is probably not something they think of taunting, because people expect Flail from it with the Focus Sash.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't do that with the Spinder.
So so I sent out my Licky Licky because it's about the slowest Pokemon that I have. And so there you get off the flatter. And this is where I realized that I made a really stupid mistake this turn. Because, you get the Parahax, which I agree sucks for you. I do Teeter Dance, completely forgetting that Spinda is has own tempo. So at least I confused one of your guys, but that could have been a lot more effective. So not the best strategy, but at least I do confuse one of your guys.
Yeah, I think Mr. Mime is quite underrated. It's very fast, and it's got its...
Yeah.
In fact, if you give it soundproof, it'll be a good counter against Spike's teams with the Raw, because people normally don't expect moves like that, and it's...
Right, yeah. That's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah. And so then Spinner becomes paralyzed because of the power hacks, which is quite annoying, and I don't get to bat and pass out right now.
Yeah.
And then
you should really consider having a cleric on your team. Heal Bell is always nice in my opinion, and especially you've got Altaria, who's got Natural Cure. There's other Pokemon with Natural Cure. It's just, I don't know. I always have a cleric on my team in case my opponent is spamming paralysis or sleep, God forbid, or anything like that.
Yeah, because Ataria's got the double ice weakness, so
Oh, that's true.
I have to. Well, I don't know whether I'd use it, but it sounds quite good from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to have one with Heal, but I could have one with aromatherapy instead. That would...
Right, yeah, aromatherapy is actually better because then you don't get blocked by soundproof. So I saw you, you're about to use a Nasty Plot, I guess. You've already gotten the Baton Pass, so you're already at, is it +2 or +4?
I think it was only a +1 because of the power hacks.
Oh, right, yeah. But I saw that and I was like, oh man, you know, you're already pretty boosted. Wait, does flatter boost you by 1 or by 2?
It only boosts by 1 each time.
Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to confuse, but I've got the own tempo, so...
Right.
And,
Right, okay, so that's actually going to be a mistake in my commentary. I say that, you know, I thought that it was like, what's the one? Swagger, where it boosts by 2, but actually that makes a lot more sense to boost by 1, because otherwise, I don't know, actually. Yeah, I mean, there would be no point in using it against your opponent because, you know, the great thing about Swagger is that if they attack themselves, then they get hit a lot harder because they've gotten the boosted attack. But so, okay, now you're at +3, so that's, I wish I could remember the fraction. It's some really high fraction, a really high multiple of your original attack power.
realised done its usefulness. Well, it's not useful anymore. Partly because of the paralysis, otherwise I would have gone strike up. And then you actually switch out your licky licky.
Yeah, really.
I don't know what that was actually.
Yeah, I really couldn't have done much with the licky licky at that point because you're sending out all these ghosts. And I mean, while I do have power whip, you know, it's not going to be the most effective of attacks. And also, oh, I know what I'm doing. I sent out my lantern. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to perish song. Because I wanted these guys to die. I was really hoping that you'd switch out it. I was hoping that the Perish song would scare you away and get rid of all your boosts. But you stayed in. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a spoiler there.
Well, it doesn't matter because I did indeed stay in, and Spiritomb does do quite a bit of damage. I don't want to have any spoilers about that yet, but people will see. And so now we're just waiting for you to make your move, and I've just gone Psych Up on Spiritomb to get the boosts from it. And I go for a Dark Pulse, and it gets a critical, which I suppose makes up for the paralysis.
Yeah, I mean, and that, you definitely needed the crit, even with all the boosts you got. I mean, you'll be able to see a little later, but Lantern is the bulkiest guy I've got, so, you know, for you to be able to take it out in one hit is, you know, you needed that crit. But, you know, again, you know, this was a hacksy battle. There were lots of hacks, but I just don't think it was particularly unfair.